Hello everyone. For today's video, I'm going to be trying these brioche hamburger buns that are vegan friendly and gluten free. They're from Rising Hearts Bakery, which is a Follow Your Heart company, I believe. This video is not sponsored. Repeat, it is not sponsored, but I am switching my daughter to gluten free. She is plant-based now, so now she's going to be gluten-free plant-based. I'm also going to join her in this, so I'm going to be a gluten-free vegan. And I may occasionally dilly-dally with some regular wheat, but for the most part, I'm going to be gluten-free, and she's going to be totally gluten-free. I also picked up this brioche loaf because I was told it was the best for PB&J. So let me throw the burgers in, and I'll get back to you. And before I put the brioche bread loaf in the refrigerator and freezer, I wanted you to see that it came pre-sliced, and there seems to be 8 slices. So I'll put 2 in the fridge and the rest in the freezer because I was told when I picked it up that it should basically go, well, at least the hamburger bun should go in the freezer by the end of the day, and I'm assuming it's same for the loaf, since when I picked it up, the loaf was actually in the freezer. So these are the buns. You can see they have a nice looking texture, and they do have a nice feel. You'll just have to take my word for it because I can't squish on camera and hold my phone at the same time. So they do compress down a bit, which is nice because that's important. You don't want a burger bun that doesn't compress because you'll never be able to, it'll be too big to eat if it can't collapse. Anyway, so the bottom part of the bun is, it's nice. It's not too big. It's not too small. It seems like a really good height. And then the top of the bun is bigger, but it does squish a bit, which is nice because last week I tried filming a video like this with a different brand, and that bun was tall. It did not compress. And because my daughter could not unhinge her jaw like a snake, she basically couldn't eat the burger. So I won't be making that mistake again. Also, I did want to mention that the buns come completely pre-sliced, so you do not have to mess around with that at all. So I just want to show you the perspective of the size of the top bun and the burger. I kind of squished the Beyond Burger a little bit with a burger iron, but it's kind of basically the normal size. So I'm going to try it now to make sure that it's not too big to eat. Okay, I just tried it and it's pretty good. So I am definitely happy with this bun and I will probably be buying it again. By the way, I did try to put this in my toaster. I have a bagel-sized toaster. It was a little too big to do that, so if you want to toast this, I suggest putting it in the oven for a minute or two. It's the next day and I'm going to turn a slice of this brioche loaf into my daughter's sandwich for lunch. I do want to test it out first to see if it tastes better toasted or not. So I'm going to toast half of it, and then I'm going to put the sun butter and the jelly that she likes, the jam that she likes, and see which tastes better. I'll let you know. I just toasted the right half, and I wanted to talk about the texture difference. When I took it out of the toaster, it really felt like typical bread. And I think you can see the difference between the one on the right and the one on the left. It's kind of heavier and less absorbent, the one on the left, where the right one, after toasting it, is a little more airy. And like I said, it kind of seems more like typical bread. I'll know more when I taste it. So now I've had a couple bites of both, and I have to say definitely the one that has been toasted, it doesn't just feel better when you touch it, it actually tastes better. It has a more typical, authentic, traditional feel when you're eating it, as you're chewing it, and it is a little crispy, where the one on the left, the one that was not toasted, it does not have that same quality. So yes, for sure you need to toast this brioche loaf from Rising Hearts Bakery. It gets a wonderful the crunch. The crust gets a wonderful crunch. And like I said, it's just not even the same when you don't toast it. I was looking at the website, and this company is in Los Angeles, and they mostly ship to California. They ship their stuff frozen, so it can kind of be expensive if they go out of California, but you can contact them and find out what they can do for you. Also, I'm getting another bakery that ships all over the place, like in a day or two, so I'll be doing some reviews on that, and it'll be more accessible for most people. I think I'm going to do French toast with this on the weekend. I'll see what happens. So I've been loving the bread so much that I went back and got the country white loaf to try as an alternative for the PB&J for my daughter's lunch. I've had it in the freezer. I'm going to toast it up, and I'll let you know how it goes. So while I have the one slice toasting, I thought I'd show you this loaf also comes pre-sliced. There seems to be, counting the one in the toaster, 8 slices, and each loaf that I've gotten or bag of hamburger buns, I believe they've been about $8 each, just so you know. One of the main reasons why I wanted to try this loaf was because this particular loaf has 0 saturated fat in it, pretty much, close to 0 grams, almost no saturated fat, whereas the brioche does have some, so I was hoping to maybe get an alternate so that I would have a choice if I needed to make a substitution on any particular day. So I wanted you to see what it looked like when it came out of the toaster. It's nice and fluffy. The crust has a nice, looks like it's going to have a nice crunch to it. It feels like the brioche loaf, which went really well. So let's put some PB&J on it and see how it goes. So I've had a few bites now, and it's good. It's not quite as moist as the brioche, which probably is more moist because of the saturated fat, but it's still pretty good. So if you're really like watching your fat intake, this would be a nice alternative. Also, I wanted to mention, I've been cooking the hamburger buns more, and I cook them from a frozen state, and I put them in the last 4.5 minutes when I bake my vegan cheeseburger. That's in an oven that's 425 degrees, and they come out pretty good. So anyway, I highly recommend this company, this bakery. If you are in Los Angeles, definitely you should visit if you are gluten-free and vegan. I don't think you will be disappointed. If you're in California, they do ship a lot in California, but they ship everything frozen and overnight, I believe. So the farther away you are from California, probably the more expensive it is. Anyway, I'll link their website. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.